Blog Talk Radio.
From somewhere in the marshy glades of the Chesapeake Bay, in the land of pleasant living, this is the Real Time Music Network's radio blog, brought to you each and every weeknight at 8 p.m. here on blogtalkradio.com. Here, for the next hour, we'll talk about mainly independent music, with any topic as fair game. Live call-ins are encouraged. To call in, dial 347-308-8792. I'm your host, Lee Townsend. Welcome. Oh, yeah. I keep meaning to get a new piece of intro music. I gotta get a new piece of intro music.
Give me some rhythm, give me some rhyme. We gonna rock you all of the time. Pump out the bass line, kick up the drum with a little whistle and a little hum. We are the Impact Society. We are the Impact Society. Everybody knows we got better things to do than drugs. Well, I got something to get off my chest. Drugs only lead to prison and death. They are a trick, yes, they're a trap. Well, truth be told, drugs are whack. Drugs rob your future, destroy your dreams. Drugs are the answer, take it from me. Everybody knows we got better things to do than drugs. Embrace every possibility. You gotta live the impossible dream. You wanna learn to love one another. What you want for yourself, gotta want for each other. What you want for yourself, you gotta want for each other. Yeah. Hey guitar, you got better things to do than drugs. Hey drums, you got better things to do than drugs. Hey bass, you got better things to do than drugs. Hey band, we got better things to do than drugs.
This is A Good Life. Good evening, everybody. I'm Lee Townsend. Welcome to the Real Time Music Network Blog Talk audio program. Thanks for joining us. We have the honor of having some special guests on this evening. The Impact Society has done a lot of great work in the community. They are a group of musicians that help and work with at-risk, latchkey kids, teens mainly, using the power in and the strength of the medium of music to get their message across. Our guest tonight is Danny Brannon. He started the project, I guess, just maybe about a year and a half ago. I know it was a dream of his. We're going to be bringing him in, and we would like to welcome him. And if you want to call in to talk to Danny about the great work that the Impact Society is doing, you can call in at 347-308-8792. Danny, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Lee. Grateful to be here, man. Thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, you betcha, man. You guys are doing some great work. And those are some kicking songs, I tell you. I guess Better Things is kind of I guess that would be the Impact Society's theme song, is what I'm gathering. Am I on base with that?
Yeah, 100%, man. We got better things to do than drugs.
Right on. And then that leads into The Good Life.
Yeah, that's what I think that's what's led into The Good Life, you know? Yeah,
definitely. Now, the description that I gave at the head of the intro there, did that pretty much summarize what the society is about, what the Impact Society is about? In other words, did I do it justice, or is there more?
Well, the Impact Society has taken on a life of its own. You know, we started out originally as an after-school program, using music and arts as a medium to engage young people and to keep them safe in those critical after-school hours. Between like 3 and 6 p.m. That's the time that 90% of delinquent acts occur. That's when kids start using drugs and start engaging in teen sex and a lot of destructive behaviors that can lead down some pretty dark roads that so many of us have gone down.
Right.
And so our original plan was to provide a safe place for kids to be after school where they could learn about music and arts. And our hopes was that they would find something cool in that, rather than heading down behind a shopping center and back into the woods and looking for something cool down there.
Right.
And
that's the after hours. That's the time between when school lets out and if they're even inclined to be there in the first place, and when the folks get home and start preparing dinner, and that I guess that's what qualifies the term latchkey, right?
Yeah, and that's also the they just say that's the what the law enforcement calls the danger zone, and people refer to it as the critical time period of day. That's the time of day when parents, mothers, especially say that they worry most about their kids.
Right.
In that 3 and 6 period. And what has happened is we had an after-school program in Columbia, Maryland that we were operating for a while, but we were having a tough time getting the kids that we wanted to come to the program because they had transportation problems. We were off the beaten path a little bit.
Right.
We had a great facility, and we had video and music lessons and drama and dance and a number of different arts mediums, and but we were having a little bit of a challenge getting the kids there, and we found that they didn't have transportation. The kids that we wanted are the single, kids in single families whose parents don't have transportation, and
right.
for us to transport the kids there, once they get in there, if they were to get in our van and we transport them, then we become custodial care, and now we're getting into what the regulators call a daycare center. We didn't really want that liability.
Oh my!
And we were contacted by the Howard County Youth Coalition, and we met with them, and they invited us. They were pretty much, they said, you guys got a great program, and what we got is what you need. We got tons of kids. Why don't you come to us? And,
oh, really?
They went off like a light bulb. It was like, wow, we can go into the schools, and we can send the musicians and artists in there, and we can take our program into the schools, into their existing after-school programs. Right now we're actually doing video lessons with kids after school. We got 2 schools that we do. We work with about 100 students and teaching them how to make videos and stuff. So it's really cool. And it also it's easy for us because it eliminates all the liability for us. We just go in and we get to focus on music and arts with the kids.
Sure, you just take the show on the road, right?
That's exactly right. And as we were working this out over the course of a year or so, what I came to realize was that instead of having kids just making a video about, maybe an alien lands on the moon or writing an innocent song, maybe we could get the kids to work on prevention education projects, and then they could, deliver those projects or present those projects to the other kids in their schools. So maybe they would start combating drugs and alcohol, combating bullying, teen pregnancy, dropout, suicide, that kind of stuff.
Kind of a mentoring program, right?
Yeah, but peer-to-peer learning, let the kids work on the projects and then let them present their projects to the other kids.
Awesome.
So it's teens teaching teens. And through that process, we actually, so we ended up partnering with SAD. SAD Nation SAD was originally formed as Students Against Drunk Drivers in 1981.
Right.
A couple kids were killed by a drunk driver up in Massachusetts, and a couple of the students who lost their friend, they band together with their gym teacher, and they started SAD, modeled after Mothers Against Drunk Driving, after MAD.
Yeah, that's what my daughter was involved with, the SAD group right back around that time period in the mid '80s. Actually, she was my oldest daughter. So yeah, I'm definitely aware of SAD, and they do. They've been around for a while doing some great stuff. Go ahead.
They actually took off like wildfire in their first couple of years, and it wasn't long before they had 1,000 SAD chapters across the country.
Yep.
And today, 30 years later, there are 10,000 SAD chapters across the United States with 350,000 student members strong. They work on prevention education projects, and then they present them to the other kids in their schools, and they're reaching 10 million kids across the country. So they're an amazing organization. Their numbers are outstanding. Just the drinking and driving alone, or drunk driving, they've reached the number of kids killed in drunk driving accidents across the country has decreased more than 60% since their inception.
That's tremendous. That is tremendous.
That's an amazing organization.
Yep, and you are affiliated with them now. In what capacity do you work with them?
Yeah, so we formed an official partnership with them here in Maryland, and our mission, what originally was an after-school program, has become an all-original modern music and multimedia presentation featuring songs and hard fact stories that are designed to educate and influence kids, and to prevent risky behavior. But in that, our primary mission is to go into schools with our school assembly, a road show. We have basically it's a school assembly road show, and we go into the schools with our all original modern music performance, and then we're trying to inspire them to start SAD chapters in their schools. So our mission is to see a SAD chapter in every middle and high school in Maryland, and eventually, who knows? I mean, why not take on the whole country?
Amen that. Now, you say you're visiting schools. Is it just like a regular circuit of schools that you do, or you're booking to use are you booking out? Are you booking out other venues and different, say, school, different boards of education, different counties, as the case? Yeah. I mean, you're doing.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, we're working with schools everywhere. So we're going into public schools, private schools, working with schools and any youth organizations, and we're kind of like a captive audience kind of show. Our show is most effective when we have an audience in a seated auditorium, and we come out and do our music stuff, and then we have some inspiring talks that we kind of break up the show with, and we bookend it with about 4 songs on the front end, and then a little bit of inspiring talks followed by some songs on the back end.
Right.
And it's about an hour and a half show, and I'm just so amazed. I get to work with some of the most incredible musicians out there, and it's just an amazing team, all dedicated to the mission, and we get to use our love for music, our passion for music, in a really positive way and helping people, and it's just a wonderful opportunity, man. And it's just like we're living the dream.
Yep, living the dream. You in fact, you guys just came off a performance this afternoon, right?
We sure did. Yeah, we were at City Springs Public School in Baltimore City. City Springs is K through 8, and they're a charter school. And we did our assembly today for a couple hundred kids between 4th and 8th grade. And just amazing performance. The kids were on their feet, hooting and hollering, and it was just a great time, man. What a great, just a great performance by the band, and just an amazing response from the kids and the staff there. And their school principal, a lady by the name of Rhonda Riquetta, just an amazing woman, what she has done with this school. City Springs was one of the lowest performing schools in Baltimore City at one time. And since Ms. Riquetta came in and became the principal, she has really turned that school. Now they're one of Baltimore's top performing schools. And it's just amazing to see what's taking place out there, man. So,
that's a great turnaround, man. That truly is. Well, since we're talking about doing things in school, how about a tune from the Impact Society band? We have "Stay in School" all set up to play. How about that?
Sounds great.
All right, hang on.
I don't need no education. I'm sick and tired of all these rules. I won't use this stuff anyway. Education is for fools. I'm gonna enjoy my life and party every day. Gonna do things my way. I'm gonna live my life and party every day. Gonna do things my way. Don't be a fool. Stay in school. Don't play the fool. Stay in school. Don't play the fool. Just stay in school. Don't play the fool. Just stay in school. I'm sick and tired of these classes and stacks of homework every night. Well, I don't want these teachers telling me what is wrong and what is right. What is wrong and what is right. I can make my own decision of what I want with my own life. Gonna do things my way. I can make my own decision of what I want with my own life. Gonna do things my way. Don't be a fool. Stay in school. Don't play the fool. Stay in school. Don't play the fool. Just stay in school. Don't play the fool. Just stay in school. Here I am 10 years later, at the age of 25. I'm just trying to make $1, struggling to stay alive. I should have done the right thing and stuck it out in school, but I had to be so cool. I should have done the right thing and
Stay in School, the Impact Society Band. You're listening to the Real-Time Music Network. We have Danny Brannon from the Impact Society on with us tonight. They're doing some fantastic work. If you want to call in to talk to Danny, 347-308-8792 is the number. So, Danny, the Stay in School has a special meaning to you, huh?
Yeah, it sure does, Lee. You know, I'm still in school. I'm 49, and I'm in school working toward a bachelor's now. And it's been a long time coming. My formal school, the last year of school that I completed, a full year of school, was the 5th grade. I had a little bit of 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, a little bit of each year, but I was jogging and running the streets and stuff by the time I was, 10, 11 years old, and I certainly wasn't about staying in school. Yeah. And as a result, it led down some roads that we're hoping to prevent some kids going down these days.
Yep. So the checkered past is what led, and the awakening out of that is what led you to not just say, "Don't do what I did, kids," but provide a living example, which is what you guys do, and that's what's so splendid about what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely, and all the songs that I've written, for this project are all, inspired just from experience, from life experience, and I think it's amazing. Growing up and playing music, I started playing as a teenager, and I always wanted to be like the guys that I got to see playing locally, guys like Lee Townsend and the Ravens and all those guys. And, but the truth is, I was so caught up in the grips of addiction by the time I was a young teen that I really couldn't put any, the effort and time that it takes to becoming an accomplished musician. And wasn't until I was in my 40s that I really started focusing on my music and really, really learning how to play my instrument. And, I'm still obviously working pretty hard at it these days, and but it's really neat to be able to have brought all this together and use life experience coupled with music experience, and to bring it all together and do something good in this world.
Absolutely. The Pearson Prize. That's you were telling me about in our little pre-show chat. That was a real boost for you then, huh?
Yeah, the Pearson Prize was an amazing. It's like a dream. It's still kind of surreal. I had a teacher from Anne Arundel Community College told me about the Pearson Prize. I went back to school in my 40s, and I had a GED when I was 16 that I got when I was locked up as a kid at the Maryland Training School, which is now called the Hickey School. And, that was the end of my schooling. I did go to a little bit of college at one time when I cleaned up for a little while in my 20s, but, caught back up in the grips of addiction and could never really accomplish anything. But in my, having finally gotten clean and went back to school in my 40s, doing well in school, and one of my teachers told me about the Pearson Prize, which is a national award. Pearson Education is the leading multimedia education company in the world. They have, last year they did over $9 billion in sales. Their nonprofit arm has 37,000 employees in over 60 countries delivering education to all parts of the globe. They're just an amazing, the most amazing organization on the planet.
So that's not a mom and pop operation by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they're not exactly what we would call a mom and pop organization. Right. But I tell you, there were 20,000 applicants for the Pearson Prize in 2011, and I was just amazed to be selected one of the 20 Pearson Prize winners nationally. And with that came a $10,000 award that I was able to, use to start the Impact Society and get off the ground. And, it wouldn't have been possible, or we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for Pearson and the Pearson Foundation and their amazing support. And, it just opened up so many doors and has brought so much credibility to the table. And then our formal partnership with SAD and, has really just topped, the icing on the cake,
Right. Now, I know I remember, Danny, I played a gig, I guess about January a year ago at the Calvary Community Church, which is where you guys started, that was your original home base. And I remember you telling me about and being all excited about this project, and I'm like, yeah, man, go for it. But, even though you did work out of the church, there's no real religious components to your program, but there's definitely spiritual components and spiritual motivations and just a desire to do good and to lead by example. But I just wanted to clarify that you're not affiliated with any church per se, right?
No, not at all. The Impact Society as an organization, we take no position on politics or religion. Mm-hmm. We're just about helping kids and helping people. We also, besides our prevention education programs, where we use music as the medium to connect with young people. In addition to that, we also have a whole multitude of intervention programs and services. We have a couple of recovery houses that we've started that have just opened recently. We have a woman's house for women in early recovery from drugs and alcohol, from addiction and alcoholism, which just opened. It's called Nikki's House, and it's dedicated and named in memory and honor of the beautiful young girl, Nikki Perlow.
Nikki Perlow, yeah.
Yeah, Nikki was from the Owings Mills area. She died from a drug overdose one day before her 22nd birthday.
Yeah, I know her dad pretty well.
Yeah, and her family, her parents started the Nikki Perlow Foundation, and they're just another amazing organization. They are so dedicated and passionate about their work, and they raise money, and with every penny that they raise, they donate to treatment centers and to organizations to help provide treatment and support hope and support young people in recovery.
That's some terrific work you guys are doing, Danny. It's some really terrific work. The music, using the music as a driving force. And you say, it's not only music, too. You have other media things, or just, are there other programs involved? Is this just a band? Or, do you do other things as well in the Impact Society? I know you're active outside in other outreach programs in that, but the Impact Society is unless you just answered that question, didn't you?
Well, there's a little more. The Impact Society, we're prevention and intervention education programs and services. So the prevention programs are our New Youth Culture Tour, which is the all original music multimedia presentation that we take into schools with our school assemblies, working in partnership with SAD. Right. And then our intervention, we have the recovery houses. We have a men's house, and we also have a women's house, which is Nikki's house, which we just talked about. Right. We're also just getting off the ground with a DUI program for DUI offenders, providing counseling services and housing, like jail alternative program for DUI offenders. And our long-term goal is that the DUI program will eventually generate the revenue that will provide the fuel to energize the New Youth Culture Tour. Schools don't always have a lot of money to bring in prevention education programs. Yep. And with the the way the economy is today, and cuts are all over the place, and schools are hurting for money, and everybody's hurting for money. So it's really a challenge to to get out there and find the funding that it takes to get into schools. We have a 6 to 8 man team that goes out to the schools, all world-class professional musicians, and it's a lot to takes a lot to keep this thing going.
That's right, to keep the machine on the road. Absolutely. Now the recordings you have, I gotta say, there are some excellent sounding recordings. In addition to being some great material, the sound of them, the production value is terrific. You want to talk about the band members a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Talking about the production, well, Rennie Grant with Grant Audio Design. Yep. Rennie is a dear friend from childhood. We've remained friends all this years. Actually, we talked a little bit about addiction and recovery, and I guess it's probably okay to say that my friend Rennie took me to my very first 12-step meeting when I was 19. So now at 49, we're talking 30 years later, and Rennie has become just an amazing writer, producer, guitar player. He has a studio, and he's just a gifted, talented guy. He's been writing music for film and television for 15, 20, 25 years now.
Yeah.
And he brings so much to the table. So I write the music, and then I have a songwriting partner who helps me, and then we take the music to Rennie, and Rennie turns it into like some amazing stuff that you're hearing on the radio there,
Yep, he does a great job. Some great sounds, good punchy sounds.
And he's also, in the band now, going out and doing the shows with us, which really just takes it to the next level, And in addition to Rennie Graham, we have John Cole, the amazing John Cole on drums.
Yeah.
John is another dear friend. We've been friends since we were, teenagers, playing in the basement and in the attic together as kids. And, John went on to, started Maryland Drum with Keith Larson.
Yep.
And, John's an amazing woodworker. I would call him a wood artist. And he has, built some of the finest drums on the planet with guys like Alex Van Halen, Mick Fleetwood, Anton Fig, Dennis Chambers, those kinds of guys using the drums that he builds. And in addition to that, he's been, he's become a player of that kind of caliber. So it's just amazing to have an opportunity to not only have dear friends that I grew up with this kind of talent, but to be able to bring it all together and to play music with them guys is just, again, just more icing on the cake. I can't say it enough how fortunate we are. Recently we hooked up with Fred Moss, who's an amazing guitar player, singer. Many of you guys.
Freddie's great, man. Freddie's great. Yep.
Yeah, and again, from the Baltimore area here. And Fred's a teacher and a guitar player. And we have a young guy, a Latin guy, Drew Delgado, as our funk guy who sings and dances and just an amazing musician. He teaches guitar, vocals, drums, just an all-around amazing, talented guy. And then we have the ever fun and lovely PJ Lamp on the keyboards and vocals with us.
And PJ is listening. She actually has called in. I'm going to rat her out now. PJ is actually she is listening to the show on hold right now. I'm going to see if we can get her to duck in here real quick to say hi.
Awesome.
PJ, can you come to the phone?
Hi, Danny. Hi, Lee.
How you doing,
Hey,
hon?
PJ.
I'm great.
You guys had a great gig. You guys had a great gig today, huh?
It was a great gig. I wouldn't rather be up at such an early, preposterous hour for any other reason than the Impact Society and going to help out our youth, and especially our youth who need it. I'm actually kind of glad you took me off a hold because I want to tout about Danny a little bit. I know he talked about his past, and he has video available, I think in affiliation with his receiving and accepting the Pearson Prize. But, he's kind of downplaying here, I think, the leaps and bounds that he made to come back and bounce from the kind of life that he was living before, which is the kind of life that he's trying to prevent younger people from falling into by making better decisions, and he ended up making for whatever reason. And the really cool thing, about today's show, and I'm constantly amazed when we do these shows, is we're not just going into, a school with privileged children who have, wonderful nuclear families and parents who are middle to upper income. I mean, that would be fine. All children need our help. We're going today, for instance, into a school that really, those kids need all the help that they can get from anybody, from us, from strangers, their parents, their teachers, or whatever. And they, even at that young age, just kind of have this look on their face, like, who are you and what are you doing in my turf? And the minute we start playing and the minute Danny starts telling his story and going, all right, I look like some dude up here just coming to preach at you, but I'm not. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. He instantly has them in the palm of their hand, of his hand. And they listen to what he has to say. It's important to them. They get our message. They end up clapping. They end up singing. They love the music. They dig that we're there to talk to them. And the fact that we can go and reach anybody, thanks to Danny, it's huge. It's amazing. I live on cloud nine all day long, and I'm so honored to be a part of the project.
PJ, I really wish you could be a little more enthusiastic about it,
I try to be enthusiastic, but I know I'm doing a poor job.
Yeah. Hey, Lee, it really is just, again, it's like living the dream, having the opportunity to work with people like you, like PJ, and, like Lee, we did the shows together at the over at Calvary there. We did those recovery benefit shows. And it's just really is just an amazing journey and process, And it's what's really cool is like PJ said, with the music, music cuts cuts all the barriers, and we can go into schools. It doesn't matter what kind of school we go in. We connect with the kids. We're really culturally diverse. We got Freddie, who's a Black Island guitar singer. We got PJ, who is Korean and singing. And Freddie.
Yeah, I never knew that.
and then we have Drew Delgado. His parents are both from Cuba. And then we got the old white guys in the back, me and John and Reddy, holding it down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really really cool, and we're able to connect with any kind of audience. It's just really just amazing.
So I know PJ is kind of a night owl. Would that be a good assessment, PJ?
A little bit, yes.
Is there enough coffee in the world? I mean, what's a typical day? If you're going to a school, do you start performing, balls out music at 8:00 in the morning?
We would. Generally these assemblies are a little bit later in the day, but I would more, and I think I'm speaking for the entire group when I say we would get up at any time of day to send that message.
Well, shoot it. At 8 o'clock in the morning, you'd still be up anyway.
There's a good change in us. No, I don't do that anymore. I swear. I'm on a much better schedule, I promise.
Oh, good.
Hey, we went to get a bite to eat today after the show today. John Cole and Rennie and I went and got a bite to eat at the Sip and Bite down in Canton, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we were like, this used to be what we did at 3:30 in the morning. Exactly. 3 o'clock. 3 in the afternoon. I'm just getting my coffee now. What are you talking about? No, that's really fantastic, PJ. I know you from working with you, and just know what an infectious and what a enthusiastic type person that you are, and you're go, and I know your love for music, and I know your background in music too, and that you'd lend yourself, to this project together with all these great caliber musicians. I mean, all these guys are top-notch players, and it shows in the performance, and that you're gathering together for a common cause in this way is just astonishing. It's great. You're doing some terrific work, and that's great. Can you tell me a little bit more about the Park Heights Saints that I'm hearing about? Yeah, you asked about the other projects that we have. We also have Impact Media. We work with we have an amazing guy in our camp, Ray Spinicchio. Oh yeah. We go way back. Yeah, Ray is our Impact Media guy, and he's a professional filmmaker, has been making all the national commercials for Constellation Energy for the last 10 years. Yep. And but he's part of the Impact Society, and under the umbrella we have Impact Media. We're working on prevention, educational, films and videos. And we've been working on a documentary. Ray's been working on this documentary for the last 7 years, telling the story about a guy named Garrick Williams and the work that he's done in the Park Heights community of Northwest Baltimore. Yeah. There was a park there known as Lucille Park at Reisterstown Road and Woodland Avenue, which was actually one of the places where I frequented quite a bit back in my drug-seeking days. And it's in the hood and it's on the streets, and there was a rough area, and the park was pretty much overrun by the Bloods gang. It was an open-air drug market and prostitution, and just, it was like, you find a dead body there once or twice a year. And a guy in the community who has a little church down the street from there got tired of watching all the killing in the community, and he got a lawnmower and went over to cut the grass of this vacant city park where the drug dealers were, and then he challenged all the drug dealers to play the guys from his church in a softball game. And the deal was, if the church beat the drug dealers would have to dress up on Sunday morning and come to his church. Wow. And what happened was, these weren't drug users. These guys were drug dealers out running the streets all day. So they were really in-shape, young, athletic guys, Oh, boy. And, they couldn't beat them. But Garrick knew for 3 hours while they were playing softball, nobody got killed, nobody went to jail, nobody was selling drugs. They were off the streets.
Right.
Yeah, and they brought some peace to the community. And over the course of time, he single-handedly wrestled this park away from the drug dealers. And today, several years later, you ride past there any evening during those critical hours that we talked about, between 3 and 6 p.m., and Garrick Williams is out there with some guys who have turned their lives around from the community that used to be drug dealers, and they're out there working with 100 or 150 kids playing football and keeping them safe after school, and just doing some amazing work and helping kids make it through that adolescent journey, so that they can have good, honest, amazing people in the community where he is doing amazing work. And we hear about these communities, Lee and PJ. We hear about all the bad stuff in those communities, in the hood and in the lower income areas. And what we don't hear about a lot of times is the amazing work of guys like Garrick Williams and all the amazing people in those communities that are helping to bring some kids up the right way. And so we're telling the story. Impact Media is telling the story, and we're premiering the documentary April 21st, actually, at their little church down there, the Impact Society. The band will be there, and our goal with that is to help them find some sponsorship. Maybe Nike or Adidas or somebody will step up and help them with their football league. So it's amazing work they're doing.
Now, for these upcoming events and things, you have a web page you'd like to plug?
Our website is theimpactsociety.org, www.theimpactsociety.org. Through there you can see our Reverb Nation page that has a calendar on there with some dates coming up. And, we're I guess what you call fledgling, or we're a little bit past our startup phase. We are coming into our second year now as a nonprofit.
Yep.
And, it takes a lot to keep all the engines running and to keep oiling, keep trying to get the machine up and running,
Do you have people?
We're challenged.
Do you have people that are coming to you and saying, "Hey, how can I get involved with this thing? You guys are doing some great stuff." Maybe not on stage, but there's, anybody who's been around the music business knows that there's a whole lot more that goes on into putting a production together than just the players on the stage. There's a whole bunch of more that goes. Do you have opportunities for folks that might want to step up?
You know what? We absolutely do, Lee. We absolutely do. We're always looking for people to come on board and to help. We can find, certainly there's plenty of work to be done. We need volunteers. We need help. We need resources. We need money. We don't like to ask for money, but we need money. And, we're working towards sponsorship. BG&E, Baltimore Gas and Electric Company, just committed to helping us with a financial grant to help us do some school shows. Shoe City, for those of you who know, the shoe store, Shoe City, they're just an amazing organization. The owners are amazing people who have stepped up and are helping to sponsor the event for the Park Heights Change, and they're going to help get the videos to the right people to try to help, help those kids down there and help Garrick, really fuel his engines to keep those kids safe down there. So it's it's all about partnerships, and it's all about bringing people together, and the community, the business community, parents, teachers, the kids, and everybody working together to do everything we can to help keep kids safe so that they can, make it through that journey through adolescence and grow into healthy, responsible adults,
You see, we're on a mission from God.
Thank you, Blues Brothers. No, that is fantastic. That is fantastic work. How about
Lee, if I may?
Yes, you want to go back on hold, PJ? You want to listen?
Well, if I may, I just wanted to say one thing before I go on hold.
Oh,
Danny hardly ever sleeps. He's so busy worrying about everyone else and what he can do to help everybody else. And I swear that's how he spends every waking minute of his time. Nobody has a bigger heart or cares more sincerely for people he's never met or for all the people that he has met. He truly loves his friends and colleagues. And he's also a great songwriter. I know he mentioned very casually that he wrote those songs. Danny wrote those songs, and they're killer songs. We enjoy playing them.
We're going to hear another one right now. NYC Anthem.
staring at the wall when I looked up and saw I had a friend request from you. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was hypnotized, a little traumatized at the private message that came through. Reflecting on the years, I just couldn't hold back the tears when you told me about the pain that you've been through. The message read, we lost touch with you when you moved to another school. Well, sorry, I've got some sad news for you. Students are sad and the mothers are mad at all the lives that have been lost. There's too much bloodshed, that's why we must pledge to keep each other safe, no matter the cost. All the senseless thrills along the 7 hills, drinking and driving keeps killing our friends. Another teen dies, another mother cries down at Crybaby Bridge. It was a Friday night. Our team had just won the homecoming game. It was supposed to be one of the greatest moments of our lives. It was supposed to be a time to celebrate. But one bad decision and now it's too late. Samantha and Dylan are gone. You know they've never done drugs. I've never seen them drink. But I guess they must have caved in to the pressure that night. A handful of kids had bought some alcohol. It was raining that night and Samantha had to get home. Students are sad and the mothers are mad at all the lives that have been lost. There's too much bloodshed, that's why we must pledge to keep each other safe, no matter the cost. All the senseless thrills along the 7 hills, drinking and driving keeps killing our friends. Another teen dies, another mother cries down at Crybaby Bridge.
Crybaby Bridge, the Impact Society, they're doing some great work. They're leading by example of how to how to live a decent life and be productive and be positive through their positive message of using the music. You'll be able to listen to this show on our archive show, and we'll be posting it up to YouTube on the RT Music Net YouTube page. Danny, the website is www.theimpactsociety.org. Is that correct?
That is correct, Lee.
All right. And Danny, we're 60 seconds out from the end of the show. Danny, thank you so much for joining us today and spreading your message and spreading your enthusiasm for something that is sorely needed, and not only helping. This show is about the music community mainly. Yours is about the whole community, the community at large, and trying to prevent the mess that maybe that we created way back when, giving kids a positive way to go. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Yeah, Lee, and hey, thank you for what you're doing, man, for the the Real Time Music Network and your blog here. It's just wonderful to see you helping the music community, keeping the music alive, and all the musicians out there that are working hard. It's the times have changed, the industry has changed, and it's about working together, networking, and fighting for the common good to keep the music alive.
Amen, brother.